Hey everybody, good evening. How are you doing? Brother Ed from VA. Welcome everybody. This will be a great subject. Thank you so much. And I'm on time because there's no such thing as being early. Either you're on time or you're late. And in my case, I'd be like extremely late. But it's actually storming outside. So it's like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect sleeping weather. But I am here. So thank you so much for watching. Let me go ahead and set this. I can see all of the comments as they come in. Let me know if you can hear me because I actually broke my microphone. Oh my gosh, you want to see it? Here's my microphone. I broke it. Like the part that hooks on um to everything is just broken off. So it's like just sitting here. So I'm debating if I'll buy a new one. But if you can't hear me, then I'll have to buy a new one. Live chat. There we go. Everyone is here. We have how do you pronounce that? Bernard. Hi. So how are you doing? I have some great news. So before we get started, I know I'm a few minutes early, but I wanted to show you something that I'm like so proud of. There is an Instagram page called Guns and Chocolate. I know you probably can't read, but it says Guns and Chocolate 2020 calendar. And this is just, well, let me tell you about Guns and Chocolate. Guns and Chocolate, their whole platform is about promoting us who, encourage Black people to, take their Second Amendment right seriously, whether it's through firearm ownership, training, apparel, accessories, just everything. Teaching classes. You have those of us out there who are instructors who help people obtain their license to carry or their carry concealed, purchase their first firearm, promote. I know they promote Redstone Firearms in California, which is a Black-owned gun store and shooting range. Just amazing. So this project that they put out recently is called Guns and Chocolate 2020 calendar. And I'm just going to flip through it. I will put their information in the description once I get done. But if you can't wait, just head over to Instagram, go to Guns and Chocolate, and they'll have information on how to purchase your calendar. So I'm going to just flip through it really quick and show you what you will see when you get one. So here is January. Yes, we're in our third month of the year. So here we go. When you open up this calendar, you will see Black people getting they gun love. Oh, I don't know what to call it. That's what I call mine. Gun love, but just getting their Second Amendment on. And this lovely sister here is Danielle. She is a private citizen. I'm like pulling my calendar apart because I've just been flipping through it so much. She's from Florida, and it also has her Instagram handle, Unapologetically Me. And she's from Florida who just enjoys exercising her rights to personal defense. An excellent example of an armed queen. And next for the month of February, we have brother from Surplus Army. And here he is with his family and his firearms. But this is just, it ties into what I'm going to talk about tonight, the importance of, just promoting positive Black images, people and things and art that looks like you, and I love this project. So if you're already friends with me on Instagram, I know people have seen my various videos here on YouTube. So I'm going to save the rest of the goodness in here so that you can go and purchase it. But the best month of the year, December, in which you got me. Here is me. I am featured in for the month of December. So like I said, this was just an amazing project. I absolutely love it. And it just ties in like, wow, I am in a calendar. And I have all of my babies in here. I have Huey. Which gun is that? That's Asada, and that's Princess. That's Asada. So I am in here. So I highly encourage you to, go out and purchase this calendar by Guns and Chocolate so that for each month, it would just instill in your mind the importance of the Second Amendment, of protecting yourself, protecting your family. And even if it's just not that, it's taking the fear out of firearm ownership. It is just a great skill to have, hand-eye coordination. It's just But then also too, it's survival. I met a brother here in Georgia who is a hunter. They go out and food is out there in the woods. So if push come to shove, you going out there and it's survival, and that's what has sustained us for many, many years. So shout out to Guns and Chocolate. Thank you so much for promoting positive Black images, not only online, but now also in print. So I will support this project year after year as they continue to do it. So thank you so much for listening to me talk about that. I'm really proud of it, and I'm really honored, that I finally found my voice and my platform to contribute something constructive to my community and also the world. We're going to talk about building up our daughters so that when they go out into the world, they are not destroyed. So I have another gift that I want to say thank you for, but I'll save that for a little while. So recently, and let me know if you watched this video as well. I watched this video. The little girl, her name is Ayana. She was getting her hair done on Instagram Live. Her stylist was, live streaming her doing the hair service. And that's what a lot of, professionals do to, like they're their own advertising agency or marketing. So as she was doing Ayana's hair, beautiful, beautiful young sister. She looks into the camera, and I guess when she looked into the camera, she saw her reflection, and she just bust out in tears like, I'm ugly. And oh my gosh, that just really ripped my heart to shreds. And a lot of people had that reaction, like, how can this little girl, no more than about 5 or 6, already have this programmed in her mind and how to feel about herself? And it's just, I'm like, wow, what can we do to help other young ladies and also women? There's still women who don't have high self-esteem, who lack self-confidence about themselves. And it's all about promoting positive Black images around them, positive images that look like them. And one thing that really gets on my nerves is when I see little Black girls dressed up for Halloween as Elsa or wearing Elsa clothes. And if you don't know who Elsa is, it's this character on this, a Disney film called Frozen. And I never liked Frozen. I never liked it. And when I first found out about it, my bonus daughter, my former bonus daughter, she kept singing the song Let It Snow or something like that, Let It Go, something like that. But what I caught of Frozen, it was just another way of saying Snow White. And me coming up, Snow White had nothing to do with Black people. It really didn't. Like, okay, when you say something as white as snow or cottontail, you ain't talking about my Black self. That's putting the standard of beauty on something that's completely opposite of me. So when Frozen came out, I saw it as this generation's version of Snow White. And so when you see the little Black girls with the long, like, blonde ponytail, I'm like, yeah. And it was like Rapunzel, as we were coming up, Rapunzel, let down your hair, all that. And I'm just like, I don't like this. And of course, when it comes to snow, with our history, the paper bag test, white as snow, pure, stuff like that. And, with bleaching cream, how in the era of Americana, it was put out there, buy this certain cream or this soap to wash the Black off of you. And that's what I saw. It is not geared to me and my people, especially my young daughters. And that's when I was like, okay, something has to give. So I talked with her, and I had to also self-evaluate and see if I had any images up in the house that depicted the standard of beauty of being something other than what I wanted to show them. Now, let me know if you heard of this test. It came out in the 1940s, and it's called the doll test. And the doll test was formulated and it was constructed, I don't know the proper word to use, but this experiment was put together by Doctors Clark. I know that their last name is Clark. Dr. Kenneth and Mamie Clark, I'm sorry. And this doll test, it was designed to show the effects of racial inferiority and segregation in Black children and how racism affects young children. So with the doll test, they had Black children and presented them with two dolls. The dolls were identical. The only difference was skin color. So they said, which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is a smart doll? Which doll is ugly? Which doll is stupid? Various questions where the children reacted to which doll was which. And whatever was negative, it was related to the Black doll. And whatever was deemed good was for the white doll. And these were Black children responded that way. And there was one child when he was asked or she was asked, what is this doll? And I hope that YouTube don't get mad or whatever, but he said that this doll is the N-word. I'm an N-word. And it was just so disturbing to the researchers that it drove home that with segregation and racism, it does affect small children. It does affect little kids, and it has negative effects on the self-esteem in children. So as you know, last year, and I'm so mad at myself because I lost the footage when I went to Topeka, Kansas, and I was at the National Monument for Brown versus the Board of Education. So in that, I was thinking about it for a while on how to really process, how to say this and talk about it. But the results from Dr. Clark's test was used in that Supreme Court decision. And it was shown that, yes, separate or segregated schools have a negative effect on African American children. However, they will never actually be treated as separate but equal. It always has to be this inferiority complex placed on these children and their descendants, because these children are now, like grands and great grands now, but it's going to continue to get passed on through the generations. So it caused me to really think about schools. Like, okay, when I went to school, before the whole Common Core thing came out, when I went to, or how people say schools in the hood, or just Black schools where I had a Black teacher, that did positive things for me. I learned, for instance, about Kwanzaa. Actually, I have a picture. It's on Instagram. I was like in the first grade. I think I was in the first grade, and there was a picture. And like I said, my microphone just fell off. Like I said, might have to just get another one. But it showed, I was standing outside. They took my picture for the honor roll, and I had Jesse Jackson and I had Bill Cosby on the bulletin board behind me. So I always saw Black faces. I always saw Black people. But then once I started going to schools outside of my community, once you get to like middle school, or your parents will move you to this school because, they'll say the kids ain't so bad, or, the crimes or whatever. So then I saw less and less of me. And that's when you'll start, seeing like the Susan B. Anthony's and stuff like that. But it's very important that we replace the images that we have around us to reflect what we look like, and this will instill a positive self-image in our children. So like I said, with my bonus daughters, I noticed that one, she loved like Barbie dolls. She never had a Black doll. I bought her first doll, and where I found this doll, and I had a couple of them when I was a little girl. But I went to Family Dollar, and they had these Barbies that had Black names. It was Kenya and things like that. So that was her first Black dolls. And I'm like, wow, how is it that it's all these years and you're just now getting your first Black doll? It was beyond me. It was beyond me. And one thing I noticed as well is that there's the the complexion issue, Once a child like already has it set in their mind that their hair is not like so-and-so's or what they see on TV, or even their own mother. There was a post that someone put up on Facebook about, they took a picture of this teenage girl at the beauty supply store, and she had a hood on because her hair wasn't done. but she had gotten to it with her mother, and her mother, as some kind of sick punishment, said that she could walk around nappy headed, and didn't buy her the weave that she wanted. Just saying walk around nappy headed and be ugly, like as a punishment. So the picture was of the girl. She had her arms folded against the wall, and she had her hood on. And that's one thing that our mothers and women have done to, like, just instill this lack that we're not good enough, that we're ugly, that we have to change. And that's when it comes to, we really have to, address the sins of our mothers. But I'll talk about that a little later. One positive Black woman that I grew up looking at, well, not really grew up, so I did not know about her until, I'll say around 2014, when I started getting my right African mind, was Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. And at that time, I was a year and a half off from finishing my psychology degree. And me as an adult, I was just burnt out. Was I 30 then? I don't know. I was, late 20s. And I was just at that time, like, I am just over learning about Freud and this person and Jung. And I'm like, can I learn about some Black people? And I was getting so burnt out. And it was because of Brother IG. He constantly, reveres the work of Dr. Welsing. And once I started listening to her and listening to her lectures when she debated William Shockley, up until, she passed away, she wore her hair in the same Afro style. Never changed her hair. She wore it exactly the way it grew out of her head, and maintained her beauty that way. And she broke it down. Let me know if you have her book, or if you read the ISIS papers. And that book, I couldn't take it all in at once. Like, I read it every so often, and each time I do, I pick out something different that ties in with what we're talking about when society instills, negative negative self-images to our community. And what that does, it keeps us dependent on their system. It keeps us, going to the beauty supply store and doing, dangerous things to change what we look like. It keeps us forever not feeling good enough. We have to keep changing this. We have to go buy this. And so that turns us into forever patients, forever, consumers, forever. Because we're constantly trying to change and fix this, while some people say, other cultures are doing everything to try to look like us. Things that, the world would shame us in and study to go copy and duplicate. We're trying to change it and run from it and get rid of, Let's see what we have in the comments. So we'll take a moment. Daryl, how are you doing? You said, same feeling here in my house with Frozen. DJ, how are you? Yes, I've seen it. Sad eye-opening. Got to pick up that book. Yes, the ISIS papers. Oh my gosh. And don't loan it out to anybody, okay? I've loaned my book out. I didn't get it back. Now I have it and I loan it out. Ever. That's my book. When it comes to when people say, oh, I want to read that, you just text them the Amazon link or the 360 books link, okay? And if you need ideas for books, check out 360 books on Instagram. They always post books and gems for you to add to your collection. Now, I talked about little girls with Elsa and white dolls and stuff like that. Let's talk about grown-up girls, adult females who also, have this programming. I debate all the time. I get into arguments, I get blocked because I'll see females, Black females with Marilyn Monroe, trying to like they'll have it up like in their, when you see YouTubers who do makeup, Black YouTubers who do makeup and hair, you'll see in their background they got Marilyn Monroe up, and I'm like, why? So I got so pissed off at that. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just become Pam Grier, and I did that without having to alter anything. I fluffed out my afro and put on my swimsuit, sat here and sat in front of that couch and just took pictures. When it comes to our Black images, our positive Black images, you don't have to change to become that because it was made in your likeness, made for your image. And I love the hell out of Pam Grier. Oh my gosh, the first movie I saw of her was when I was a little girl. We watched this movie called Class of 1999. If you haven't seen it, it's here on YouTube, I believe. It's called Class of 1999, and she kicked ass. She was a robot that just kicked ass. And then that just spiraled into me just diving into everything that she did. But to look like her, I didn't have to change. I just fluffed out my afro, put on some foundation, and that was it. But when you see females with Marilyn Monroe and Betty Boop, that's now a prime example of that. You might say, Taisha, you're exaggerating. Go look at the latest picture of Black China. Yes, this chick done fucked up her face. I said a cuss word. This chick done altered her face. First of all, she called herself Black China, but she like from the hood, like, okay. But she done distorted her face to where she just looked crazy. Like, she got on an everyday Halloween mask and she's looking like Betty Boop. And I don't know if anybody else caught that correlation, but I'm like, wow, this is really sick. This is really sick. And what it does, it keeps you a forever client to the beauty supply stores, the plastic surgeons, and you kind of sort of need some mental help as well. Because who goes through that much pain to just look silly? And I think it was, I forgot who it was. I think it was Jason Black who talked about it the other day. These women go and get all this plastic surgery done, but their children come out looking the way they did before they got the plastic surgery. And prime example, I would tell you, I put a couple thousand in my mouth. I got braces. I had to get my teeth in order. And as it so happened, my son, his teeth look just like mine. I got my teeth from my mom. And so I got braces. As soon as his permanent teeth started coming in, I'm like, man, I got to start saving up for braces. But, when you embrace what you look like, my son looks exactly like me. I believe he looks like his father, but I'm like, okay, yeah, that's But if I was to sit here and say, oh my gosh, I'm so ugly, I hate myself, and this like that, he has my same face. That makes no sense. So think about, I don't have any daughters, I have a niece, but if you're saying these things about yourself, I'm like, oh, I don't like my hair, I got to go to the hairdresser and get, a weave or get these bundles, get this done. She's going to think the same thing about her hair and want to change it because they want to copy and look up to us. So you have to get your mind right. And that goes into the part of addressing the sins of our mothers. And I'm sorry, I gotta write notes because I'll think of stuff and then next thing you know, I'm talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So I gotta stay on point. So addressing the sins of our mothers and finding things where we're damaging our daughters, and we have to reverse this so that we can build them up. The first thing that came to mind when it comes to, building a positive, building positive self-images and, instilling and nurturing that self-confidence in our daughters, is certain things that we go through as women. We have to stop saying bad things about it. We really do. And the first thing that came to mind, the guys who are watching, my brothers, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to get too much into it. I'll save it for another video. But as women, we have to stop. We got to stop talking about our menstrual cycle as a curse. We got to stop saying that. The Bible put that out there with that BS, but we got to stop like, oh, this is a curse. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I'm getting mean and moody and I hate this time of the month and things like that. And it's like, what? And it cycles down to our daughters to keep feeling the same way. And right now we're having a time where women as young as in their 20s and 30s are having to get hysterectomies because of fibroids and PCOS, endometriosis, all this kind of stuff. We have to start speaking positively of the functions of our body as women. How you gonna get pissed off that this sanitary maker is now marketing to men, but you're hating it as a woman? The products was geared and marketed for us, but here we go complaining about it. But then you want to get pissed off that they're marketing it to men. Okay, You know, love your body, love the functions they go through, and celebrate them with your daughters. I shared a post on Facebook about period parties. And oh my gosh, you would have thought that I was sitting here talking about, I don't know, just I don't know, zombie, I don't know, dining on zombie meat or something. But I'm like, you know, brothers, y'all are kind of happy when a woman gets it up. I mean, that's how you know that she's a woman. And so now my positive self image, you know, when I have to go to the store and get certain things, like I have a video, a whole video talking about it on here, so it's no surprise. But when I go to the store and have to get something, I'm like, should I put that right there? That's called the bread basket of the cart. Should I put it right there? I'm not hiding nothing. I'm like, yeah, I'm a real woman. Check my stretch marks, okay? But you have to be positive and love the functions of your body. It's not a curse, and it's beautiful. And we have so much to teach our daughters, but because we act like our natural body functions are taboo, we go out into the world not knowing how to properly care for our bodies and take care of it. I had a conversation a couple of months ago in a Facebook group that I'm in, and there's women who don't even know their fertile days. I'm like, how you not know? You know, how you not know what your body is going through? Like, that's the first thing you need to pay attention to. But yeah, I know when them taxes gonna hit though. But shit, know your body. Another one is, a lot of us, and especially our mothers, have undiagnosed mental issues. So, you know, we have all like heard negative things about us, about, you know, our hair, the way we look, the way our bodies develop. You may have heard your mother, or I won't lie, you know, I won't say probably, I've engaged in conversation that was, you know, adverse to, you know, building up my sisterhood and being a positive role model for younger sisters, or just sisters in general who are around me. And I can in particular speak on that when I was lost in the sauce with religion. You know, I said some pretty just stupid things, you know, just stupid stuff. So we really have to watch out about what we are saying around our young sisters, because they're listening, and that stuff sticks with them. It's enough they have to leave our homes and go to these schools. And speaking of the school, the little girl was saying something about her teacher or something, that she wanted to be a teacher. So we have to think of our daughters as, you know, we are preparing another woman to be a teacher, a big sister, a mother to another one. And that's how we create positive generations of healthy women. We're building healthy, strong women. And when I say strong women, I'm not saying, you know, he woman and stuff like that. We're just strong in our own way. You know, we are the strongest, the elite of the elite, okay? And we have to build each other as such. So I'm gonna take a moment, since I'm talking about positive sisters and sisterhood and things like that, I want to give a big shout out to my big sister Renette. She sent me this gift box as a housewarming present. So if you're looking for natural products, natural bath products, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with how we are absorbing a lot of chemicals, and it's doing adverse things to our bodies. So she sent me this gift box from Indigo Wild. This is zumbarsoap.com, and she absolutely loves it. She's been using this for years. When I used to go to her house back in Virginia, this is what she had. So she sent me this. Smells, I wish this has smell-o-vision for you. But she sent me this. It says, "Little Big Sis, so very proud of you, sending you sense of peace and vitality to your new home. Welcome to a brand new chapter in your life. Love you and hope you enjoy your housewarming gift. Love, Big Sis." So I absolutely love it. She sent me, and this is goat's milk soap. So if you're vegan, you probably won't like it because it's goat milk. But if you're vegetarian and just, you know, a person, you know, just chilling, cooling like me. So she sent me this soap, and this is patchouli. And I believe the properties of patchouli is for prosperity. So, you know, bringing elements of prosperity into my new home. I love it. I can use it. Appreciate it. And they sent me a sample of this soap here. This is juniper and fir, and I believe that has the same properties of prosperity. I absolutely love it. Here is some Epsom salt for a relaxing bath. I have some liquid soap here. This smells amazing. And I was want to tell you, with her skin, like she's over 50 and she could easily pass for, oh my gosh, 30s, my age. And plus, like she's always running, yoga, just active. And I'm like, I want to be just like her. So I'm trying. And this is aromatherapy room and body mist. Absolutely love it. And here is all natural sea salt laundry soap. So I'm just so happy. And of course, my favorite color, purple. I love purple. That's my color. Pink, pink and purple. So this was just like something that she has sent to me, just being there, just that sisterhood. Like, I'm all the way out here, but just my sisters. Shout out to Fallon. I know she's watching or will watch. Fallon was just amazing. I met Fallon in Hawaii. I don't know if I did any videos with Fallon, but we have pictures on Instagram and stuff like that. But she's just the embodiment of a sisterhood. Kim, they just welcome me. Like, a lot of people who I call my sisters. I have one sister, Shauna, but everywhere I went, I was just taken on as that little sister. So everybody has taken care of me and really watched out for me. So I just really appreciate that, and I just feel so loved. So now I have to project that and also, give that to another, or take me on some little sisters and take care of them. So going to this book here, we just talked about Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. So I want to tell you about another brother who is just, his work for the uplifting and, just the betterment of Black people. His lectures are also on YouTube. I watched one as I was driving across Oregon. And I'm like, oh my gosh, brother's deep. So as soon as I went from Oregon to California, I think once I got to Arizona, I placed an order. Did I? No, I did not order it once I got here because it's delivered to me here. Duh. Okay. I ordered this book. It's called The Psychopathic Racial Personality and Other Essays by Dr. Bobby E. Wright. And it talks about exactly what we're talking about tonight, how for this system to thrive, it has to deem someone inferior, and by default it's been us because of our skin color. And the one essay that really stood out that ties in with tonight is called The Black Child, A Destiny in Jeopardy. And I won't read all of it because I want you to purchase this. I got mine through Amazon, but it came from African World Books. So if you want to go to their website, but they also distribute, or they use Amazon to distribute and ship their books as well. And there was one part in here. Where are we at? Yeah, this was it. All right, it says, from an indigenous liberation force accepted the conditions that Britain could write the Constitution for Zimbabwe. The behavior of Brother Mugabe of a patriotic front, a self-proclaimed Marxist and brother of, I cannot pronounce that. Wow, that's really special. A collaborationist and Christian minister reinforces the concept that white institutions always prepare Blacks to project white interests regardless of their political ideology. This is consistent with the theory of Neely Fuller Jr., author of United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, as explained in the ISIS papers by Dr. Francis Cress Wilson in 1991. But I'm going to skip that, so I won't, because I want you to get both books and read it. But what does the above discussion have to do with educating the Black child? Everything. Education is a political dynamic, and for people who have no social theory, reading, writing, and arithmetic should be much less important than what is written and read. Therefore, in order to liberate the minds of Black children, a Black social theory must be developed. There is an African proverb which warns the traveler of life that if you don't know where you are going, then any road will get you there. Blacks throughout the world don't know where they are going. They have resolved to just take any road. What does it matter? So I really hope you go pick up this book. It's a short read, but it's packed with so much thought-provoking material, and it'll just have you see, the school system, your education, the media, your interactions, very differently. And it's not here. And that's one thing that I really despise. Is like, as soon as you start, identifying certain things in the world, everyone is so quick to say, oh, you're, race baiting, you're racist, stuff like that. And it's not. It's like, hold on, this system is already here. And, studying psychology, studying, social relations, things like that, it just brings things to a head, and you can put a name on it, and you can back it up with facts. And it's like, no, I'm not running on emotion. I'm not running on my feeling. Here, facts. And, your feelings won't change fact. You got to deal with it, address it, and, do what you do. So that was a deep read. I really hope you pick that up. Let me know if you do. And it's like I said, listen to his lecture. If you're kind of like if you're not able to buy the book, or you want to learn more about him, there's not too much online about Bobby Wright, but what's on there, you will be hooked. You will be hooked. Okay. As I was saying, we have to discard all images that do not promote positive Black images. When you cut on the TV, I cut the TV off when I see like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. When I see, I remember they were doing like Angelina Jolie as the most beautiful woman, and I just cut the TV off. I'm like, no, she's not. No. Just cut it off. But then when it comes to how I call it low self-esteem music, and the low self-esteem music, it correlates with, what you listen to on the daily. It absolutely makes my skin crawl when I'm sitting somewhere and I hear two females talking, and they're like, bitch, bitch, I love you, bitch. I hate that. Like, oh my gosh, it makes my skin crawl, because I'm like, you're not that. Why are you calling yourself that? It just makes me so mad. And other people are listening. Little kids be in the area, and I'm just like, somebody call me a bitch. It's just that. I'm not advocating violence, but I'm like, look, don't do that. Stop calling each other that. Out of everything in the world you can call yourself, just don't call yourself that. But I was thinking about low self-esteem music. When I was driving across country, I had 40 hours of complete solitude, just me in the open road. And as you see, I was listening to lectures. Whenever I would, flip through the radio stations to hear some music to kind of get like a pace to kind of drive, I absolutely could not listen to music that was just talking about, what was it, like bend the hoe over and, these hoes. And I'm like, oh gosh, and I'm like, who likes this? Who listens to this? And it just clicked. It's low self-esteem music. And when you go and you just observe some people, like when I used to go to the club, like I said, I'm not up here saying I miss goody two shoes, but when I used to go to the club, I had low self-esteem. I was searching for something to fill me. Ew. And, my mind being a gutter, like, oh gosh, forgive me on that one, but looking for something to fill that void. I'm just getting worse. Yeah, don't pick on me. But I was searching for something. And a lot of times I found the wrong thing, but I was like, yeah, here I am. I'm doing all these low self-esteem actions to myself, okay? Not getting proper sleep because I'm going to the club. Not being a hard target because I'm doing things to go to the club, looking a certain way going to the they And I know people be like, Taisha, they got the right stuff. I'm leaving alone. You go to the club. You gotta stand out in line. Like, it'd be cold as hell, and you out there like a little mini dress and some come get me heels. You're low self-esteem because you're degrading yourself to get into this place that's not gonna add any value to your life. Unless you're a stripper, then then maybe. But then I'll go in this club and I'm listening to all this terrible music. Drop it low, ho, bend it over, you the baddest bitch, all this. I'm like, wow, I really didn't love myself. I really didn't. So as I was listening to certain music, I'm like, wow, this is made and it caters to how some people say low vibrational beings. I'm like, this is people with low self-esteem. And I ain't saying everybody, but I'm just saying low self-esteem music. So I was listening to XM station Heart and Soul. I love Heart and Soul because it plays some of my favorite slept on artists, in particular Raheem Devon. I love the hell out of Raheem Devon. I've been listening to him since, oh my gosh, I think the first song I heard from him was Bulletproof. It was him and Ludacris. That was my damn song, Bulletproof. If you haven't heard to listen to that, another song about him that I like way back in the day was Believe. That song would get somebody pregnant. Now I'm not telling y'all my kryptonite, but goddamn it, that'll get somebody pregnant. Another artist that has came out with some good music is Stokely. You remember Stokely from Mint Condition? I remember him coming up, listening to Mint Condition, where he has a song that's on there. It's called Organic. No, yeah, it's Organic. Another one is Level. I love that song. But shout out to Danae Wright. She was listening to him, and she has shared him on Instagram. I heard his song as I was driving, but she'll play it while she's cooking, and she'll put it in her Instagram stories. And I'm like, oh, I love this song. But it's called She. And I think how the lyric goes is like, she is a friend of mine. She is divine. It just talks about just building a woman up. And Raheem Devon has a song like that as well. It's called Queen. And I'm like, okay, the video, you can tell. I mean, I know that he really didn't have much to do with the video and the imagery of the video, but the lyrics is all the way there. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. But low self-esteem music. But go ahead, and if you can, I'm putting together a playlist of music. And so drop me a song that is positive, and I will go ahead and I'll add that to my playlist as well. Now, there is a brother. He has a song, and I've been playing this song for years. I have to put it on the TV. Let me see. I have to put it on my TV. Now, I shouldn't get a copyright for his song. I shouldn't get one, but if you look it up, type into the search bar, or somebody type it in for me, it's called Now Valley Flow, like the river in Kemet, Now Valley Flow. And I believe his name is it A.O. Wax or A Wax, something like that. But I'll share it. I won't go to play it right now. But I'm going to look at the comments. We have, I heard that subject from Jason Black. Daryl said, I can see you're a gorgeous woman, wanted that. Thank you so much. Like I said, you have to tell yourself and, just constantly build yourself up. And like I said, I'm just a product of, my self-love that I have for myself, and project that out, and also love other people as well. But I love us so much. Amen to that title. Alicia, how are you? Hey sis, I'm late, but I'm here. I was on time. Okay. Glad you are here. Marco Polo, I see you in a minute. How are you? Thank you for the super chat. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Marco Polo. I wish we could have seen you in that dress. Oh my gosh. I think I have one on my tablet. Yeah, one of my come get me dresses. But yeah, man, your girl was out there. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like I said, suggest some conscious music. Like I said, just conscious black music that is uplifting. I think that right now, when you see people who put out destructive images of family, destructive music, destructive movies, they are getting attention because of that. They have that shock factor. So they're going to get that attention. And so because others want to see us self-destruct, because it keeps their hands clean. So if we destroy ourselves, keep our hands already just destroying ourselves and destroying each other's, others can keep their hands clean. So I am making it my personal mission. I'm not perfect, but I'm striving, but I'm making it my personal mission to not give destructive things too much attention. And you see, I haven't shared anything really about a certain a trio of skin folk that's acting like asses right now. I haven't talked about them or shared it because it's what they want. They want that shock value to keep on putting their name out there. And nowadays, it's not about if you actually create something of value. It's about whatever attention that you can whore up for yourself, and you just be an attention whore and give yourself and keep your name circulating through social media. They think that equals wealth and value, when it's just you're just being an ass and you're just doing destructive things. So let's just sit back and watch them self-destruct. We don't have to support their platforms. We don't have to give them money. We can just look back and watch them, because a lot of people I've noticed. What was it? This was put out somewhere. I think it was back in the day. Rachel Ray, she was doing a Dunkin' Donuts commercial, and somebody had took some audio. Well, she was doing a commercial for Dunkin' Donuts, but then they didn't stop her mic. Her mic was still on, and she's like, ew, like, get this away from me and bring me my stuff, which was Starbucks. So when people put out lifestyle stuff and try to influence you to do something, half the time they don't even be doing it their damn self. Like when you see certain people selling a certain beverage or fast food, they don't even eat it. That's like watching me, like, oh, here's me taking a bite of this Big Mac. I ain't ate McDonald's and shit almost a decade, okay? So yeah, sometimes what people are selling you, they ain't doing it them damn self. So that brings me to my next point, which was, don't be like, do as I say, not as I do, when it comes to our daughters. Don't say to our daughters, oh, your hair is so pretty, wear it the way it is or whatever, but you got, bundles, or you're doing chemicals to your hair, or your hair looks like a treasure troll, or just something. What happened when it just happened. Like I said, when I had bonus daughters, I'm like, wow, I'm telling them how beautiful they are, trying to, instill self-confidence and praise them for their beauty. I had on a lace front, and I'm like, this ain't looking right. So what I did was I picked a day, and I'm like, yo, the wig is coming off today. So I waited until, and this is the second time that I went natural. This was back in 2013. So I was hiding behind my wigs and braids. Like, nobody would see what my hair looked like until, I was ready. I'm like, I'm telling them, they're going to school without a weave, where they're doing a braid out, they're doing this. So I just took off the wig. I went to work. Like, everybody at the house didn't see me. I waited till everybody left, and then I went to work. And and I came back home. And as I pulled up in the driveway, my oldest bonus daughter, she was like, Miss Taisha don't have her wig on. And I'm like, oh, shoot. But it was them. They gave me confidence to do that. So I was really on some, well, do as I say, you look so beautiful. Not as I do. I'm wearing a wig and all this. So you have to, be that example. Maintain your credibility and your integrity. And what I have here is, we have to compliment each other regularly. Give other Black women and young women compliments. Oh my gosh, since I left the West Coast, just I'm gonna talk about just being here in Georgia, period. Oh my gosh, it's just the Southern hospitality. When I see another sister, another brother, whatever, smile, they greet you. Like, here, people say, how you doing? And before you can answer, you kind of like say the same, like, hey, how you doing? And before you can answer, you already like a couple feet from each other. But the fact of the matter that, everybody speak, they'll give you a compliment. I've gotten compliments about my hair, my height, my outfit, my smile, everything. It's been great. And I must say, I have to go on record and say this. I've gotten the most compliments wearing the hair that grows out of my head than I did when I used to wear weaves and wigs. Like, for real, I've gotten the most compliments. And that's what I just radiate, my natural beauty. So I hope that when other women and young women see me, because I feed off of them too. When I see another sister who just, have the puff out of this world, I'm like, sister, you are doing the doggone thing, just give me a hug. It is just amazing. So I have one unboxing to do. Let me see what we're having here. Black Beauty Always. Oh, I love that name. I love that name. Black Beauty Always. How are you doing, sis? And we have Everby. Have you ever watched Queen Soto on Netflix? No, haven't heard of it. So I will have to check that out. So tonight I gave you the names of, I believe, 3 Black scholars tonight. We talked about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We talked about Bobby Wright, and also mentioned Neely Fuller Jr. Now, for the last year, each morning, almost every day, I've listened to the lectures and the conversations by Neely Fuller Jr. And a little bit of history of him. He is a Vietnam veteran. He later worked as a police officer, federal police officer for the U.S. Mint. And he met Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, I want to say sometime around the late 60s, 70s, when she was debating William Shockley on racism and stuff like that. That lecture is right here on YouTube. And they were great friends up until she passed away. And listening to Neely Fuller Jr. discuss topics on racism, countering the system of racism, white supremacy, and just to be an older, older brother, just to speak with he's consistent. He's not wishy-washy. Just consistent, and he has a lot of knowledge, and he has really encouraged me to approach things from a logical perspective versus the emotional, that the media and religion likes to have us react. When something happens to you, oh, we're going to go and march, we're going to go and cry on social media versus reacting logically. And he has been monumental in my continued growth. So you can listen to him here on YouTube. All you have to do is type in Neely Fuller Jr. He's on the Victor of White Supremacy channel here, and also some other platforms. Like there's a weekly call-in show with Brother Bobby. He's up in, I want to say he's up in Cleveland, Ohio, I believe. He's somewhere in Ohio, but he does a weekly call-in show with Neely Fuller Jr., who I believe still resides in DC. So it's been a while. I've been waiting until I moved here. So I'm like, damn, I need an address. Come on, Ty, you should get this trip over with so you can, because I have like this wish list of things that I want. So I have this goal tracker. So whenever I accomplish a goal, I can get myself something off of there, because you have to reward yourself, okay? But here we go. I ordered the 2 books from from Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. And his website is producejustice.com. And I went ahead and I ordered his book. So tonight I'm going to do my unboxing. And I want to say this came fast. It came fast. I placed my order on a Sunday. I took these out of the mail on Wednesday, and it was sent media mail, quick as hell, okay? So these are the 2 books that I am excited to start reading. And I know this will not be a quick read, like, okay, let me go ahead and read these in a weekend. His books is not like a book to read. They're textbooks. They are references. So here we go. I have both books. The first one here is, the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. And this is a compensatory counter-racist code. And this is the expanded revised edition. And on the back of it, I, Neely Fuller Jr., the writer, author of this book, have been, like millions of others, a longtime victim and servant to racism, white supremacy, and all areas of activity. My experiences, observation, and our studies have led me to believe the following. Racism has done more to promote non-justice than any other social material system known to have been produced or supported by the people of the known universe. No major problem that exists between people of the known universe can be eliminated until racism is eliminated. And I end that one right there. He and his answer to this is how to counter is with a system of justice. And one thing that has really impacted my life every day is that until we have a society where no one is being mistreated, no matter what, you truly cannot have, I don't know, the word normal, and just being the person that I am, with serving the public, things like that, I don't want anyone to be mistreated. And so that's why I put myself out there to defend the weak person, to stand up for people. And this is just the next step in just, answering a lot of questions I have, but also continuing my development, just studying the world around me. And I've never heard an elder speak the way he do, okay, or the way he does. So I really am excited to get into this book. I believe the first edition was written in 1984. That was a good year. And it's meant for you to refer to this book, read it, study it. But it's not like a book, like a storybook. You just go to it, read it, apply these things to your life, and just live and work towards justice, okay, where no one is being mistreated. Now, his second book, it has the same title, but it is a word guide, and it's kind of like a dictionary. You can go to it and really get the meaning for certain words. I'll flip through one because I'm not giving you this book at all. You have to purchase this, and it's very affordable, but the value of these are just it's just wild. It's you cannot measure it. Trying to find something, but the word God, I really can't read it and tell you, give you a sense, but just he tells you certain words to not use. I know that a lot of people would encourage you to go purchase the Black's Law Dictionary, to learn certain words, how to apply certain terms, the meaning of certain stuff. That's kind of like what the word guide is. He was saying, just from one of his phone calls, one thing that sticks with me is the term begging, or hold on, an apology. It's an apology. And no one should ever ask another person to apologize or beg for an apology. And that's something that I've been toying with for many years, because I noticed that some people say, oh, I'm sorry, or it's like synonymous with, forgive me. And as y'all know, I'm not a church going woman, and I'm like, no, I'm not forgiving anybody. I don't forgive because it's not meant for everybody. I believe forgiveness is for my children, and that's about it. But when it comes to like apology, the words that people say, like, it means absolutely nothing after I've been wrong. How you erase that, or not even erase it, but how you I don't know, compensate for that. Because when you wrong somebody, you should compensate them. It's through action. You can talk a good game, and these words have zero value, mean absolutely nothing if your actions are not there. So when it comes to certain things like begging for an apology or respect or love, I'm not going to beg anybody to love me or nothing. I'm not going to, tell somebody I love you if I don't back it up with action. So this is why the word guide, like, yes, we've been speaking the King's English since, we were young, but you'll be surprised at what you don't understand, how words just go directly over your head. People would speak who are like masters of words, would just speak words all around you and have you just so damn confused. You're like, oh, it just happened, But yes, I'm really excited and thankful to add these two books. They are very good size. So like I said, I'm just honored to add these to my collection, and I hope you do the same. Some people may already have them, but yeah, I'll just highly encourage you to go and listen to them. And to just wrap up what we talked about tonight is just instilling, a positive self-image, not only in our daughters, but just as in ourselves as a people, period. Um, the more and more you research and find out about yourself, and that's what that these last 6 years have been about, and that's just discovering who I am, where I came from, where I'm going, and what my positive contributions will be to this world while I'm here, and what will last after I'm not here. So I was going to say thank you to everybody who has also just been a part of my growth. I've not did this. I could not have done this by myself. Like there are a lot of people who I owe credit to, for taking the time to work with me. I know some people who have been there since I was just a hot mess, like Kareem. Kareem remembers me when I was just like a mess. He's seen the worst of me, and now I'm getting better. And those who have set an example, like Kareem, who has been the same, but he's gotten better, just the same person to look up to, but they just keep stepping up their game that challenges you to keep stepping up with them. So if that makes sense. So shout out to Kareem. Check out his YouTube channel, him on Facebook as Kareem Gideon Music as well. If you read those books, you're going to be super woke. That's what's up. It's like it's just, I don't know, like I'm getting more secure in who I am. And it's like I'm not going in the closet, I'm not ashamed, I'm not embarrassed. And you just really start coming to things with a more logical approach. And that's one thing that I just noticed. As a woman, I am emotional, I do have feelings, but when it comes to certain situations, you can't go to everything with your emotions. Like it was a point in time recently where I was in a situation and I was trying to be just, like I was really pulling on the energy of, Ida B. Wells, and I was just like, come on, Taisha, hold it together. But I had to break. I did break. I was like, oh, I had to cry, and I ain't cried in a while. But I'm like, damn, why did I cry? Like, why did I show that bit of vulnerability? I was just so mad at myself. But even us strong ones, we have a moment, but then we just, get back together, get it all together. So just want to say thank you. If you have any books to suggest, or like I said, positive songs, that is still a positive Black image, because what we're doing, we have to, uplift ourselves. When you look at, media, even the history of media in this country, we were the butt of the jokes. You remember Americana, Tar Babies, the Aunt Jemima, things like that really gave us a negative image. But now we have the power, to promote positive images. So that's why I'm making this, declaration that I will, approach things from a logical standpoint, and not, pour energy into negative self-images or things that are put out there to destroy us. And it was a sister, her channel was called The Blackest Truth. I was watching her earlier, and she was saying too, with our channels, where we're not, just doing what YouTube likes, that keeps us, in the algorithm, stuff like that. And thank you again for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you. I'm super, super grateful and thankful. It's through our supporters, our viewers, our friends, our family, that really keep us, with the comments, the likes, the sharing of our videos. I see it in the comments. People would say, hey, this person suggested you, this person mentioned you, this person said this. So I really appreciate that, because you may not see us on that YouTube trending tab. I'll never be there, as far as I know. But if you're doing something that's superficial and just superficial and surface, you get all of the attention. But when you're doing things that really, start reversing some damage, then that's the quality work that pays off. So, and shout out to Ed from VA, Mr. 757. Thank you so much. The conversation that we had about the books, 48 Laws of Power. Like I said, that book, I have to revisit that. So thank you so much. And also keeping me just motivated when it comes to, topics like this, not to giving me ideas for new topics. Ed from VA, we were talking about firearms and stuff like that. So now that I'm here, like my confidence has went through the roof to start organizing some things to get back on track with my self-defense brand. So thank you so much, Ed from VA. I really appreciate you and being a great friend. So that's all I got for y'all tonight. The next video is coming up next week. I have another one. I have two topics that's dancing around in my mind. I may pre-record one and then I'll go live with another one. Also, I'm going to connect with my sister Lasania McDonald. She's in Vegas, retired Navy chief, but she has a great story on how she had a dramatic weight loss. And she's now a fitness guru. Oh my gosh, she has completed everything from 5Ks, 8Ks. I believe she even did a marathon. But yeah, we're going to talk with her live. So if you have any fitness questions or things like that, or she's just phenomenal. And I have her book as well. So this all ties in with adding stuff to our library. Shout out to Art Kathy, who introduced us. Another great sister who is out there promoting positive self-images, self-esteem, and Black woman sisterhood. She just repatriated to Africa. She's now living in Gambia. So check out Art Kathy's channel as well. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who was here. But to our young daughters, you are beautiful. My sisters, you are beautiful. Brothers, y'all here, so we love y'all. And just say something positive to yourself and somebody else that you encounter, and just encourage, everyone, including yourself, just be the best version of you, okay? I love you so much, and I will see you on the next video.